Hello my friends, today's video is going to be my Ulta 21 days of beauty try-on. I didn't buy too much in this sale, probably because I already have a lot, but I did buy some items and I thought it would be fun to do this kind of get ready with me style today. But I have to get this part over with because I prefer a good chunk of time between my sunscreen application and my makeup application. It's a bit of a luxury that I have, so I like to take advantage of it. I did buy the Kinship Self-Reflect Probiotic Moisturizing Zinc Oxide Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 32, and I thought we would give this a try today. Oh my gosh, I've heard so many good things about this. Oh, I was gonna actually do the two-finger thing that I've seen all over the internet, but I just glob sunscreen on, so I don't really worry about it. Cute, Alice. That's a cute look for your video. Very cute. So yeah, I don't really have anything in particular to talk about in today's video. I thought we would just kind of do some catching up chit-chat, see how all of you are doing, catch up on my life over here. Honestly, since everything happened in the world and since I haven't been going to work for over a year, I just feel like my life's been so boring, right? But I think everybody feels that way. Can I sneak a nutritionist perception of sunscreen and vitamin D into this video? I feel like it's something that I think about all the time, but it's maybe a little controversial, and yet I don't think it has to be, nor should be. So I do think about this a lot because back when I was getting my degree, we talked about how vitamin D deficiency was the #1 deficiency in America, right? I'm sure you all know your body does make vitamin D in the presence of sunlight. So one of the old-fashioned tips to get your vitamin D was to get good old sunlight. But the thing is, we don't really want to advise you to do that because sunlight also contains a known carcinogen in UVB. So at least when I was getting my degree, what we would recommend to people was always wear sunscreen, but still get some sun exposure. And the reason for this is because the vast majority of people do not apply enough sunscreen, which means you're still getting some amount of sunlight to produce that vitamin D. And this is where this whole thought process has been coming from. Now people do know how to apply sunscreen correctly, so now what? I think we need to have more conversation about vitamin D from food. One of the main places you can get vitamin D in your diet is from fatty fish, and that's a wonderful food to be consuming, but in general, people are terrible about eating fish. And aside from that, the other option is supplementing, and to be honest with you, I would recommend both. That's what I do. I try to eat as much seafood as possible, and I also do take vitamin D. So I've been letting this sit for a few minutes. It's not too bad, right? Not too much of a white cast. I will say I way prefer the finish of the Biosons, but I guess it's nice to find a mineral sunscreen that'll be a nice rec for more oily skin types. Let me get the brow stuff out of the way. Don't do your brows before sunscreen. I just wasn't thinking. So anyway, I did buy another Big Ego Sketch and Set Brow Pencil from Tarte, which is really good timing because I finished mine today. I love this one. I don't think you'll love it as much if you have much thicker brows, and also it's mildly annoying that you always finish one side and not the other, so I do still have some of the gel, but I'm just gonna move along and move to my new one going forward. Isn't that always the problem with the 2-in-1 style products? Then, the Nabla Dreamy 2, the Mystic palette. I could not resist this. I'm gonna tell you now though, I have tried this out and I feel like it's a slightly different formula from the Secret palette. That's still my favorite. But it's pretty though. It does have a lot of quite unique and very beautiful shimmer shades in here, some topper shades as well. So how are you all doing? I'm scheduled for my vaccine this Friday. I was about to say I'm excited. I'm not exactly excited about it, but I'm excited for the moment where it'll be in the past. I'm probably going to be a tremendous baby. I always am about anything with needles. But obviously it's something that I view as quite important, so I'll probably just take a stuffed animal in or what have you. Have I gone off about my theory on low pain tolerance and how you can predict it? I basically think you can predict pain tolerance with how people react to cold weather. See, I say this because I hate cold weather. And for many years of my life, I thought that it was just, oh, I can't stand cold. I hate the way that it feels. But one day I started really thinking about it, and I was like, what if the people who say they hate cold weather, what if it's because we feel the physical pain of it in ways that people who don't have as high of a low of a pain tolerance experience? I mean, that's the thing. It is genuinely physically painful for me to experience cold weather. Once it's 70 degrees, I have to wear long sleeves. When it's 60, 50, oh, when it's 50, it is so painful. And it's so funny because I've talked to so many people who are like, oh, I kind of like it. I don't overheat. The thing about heat just gets kind of uncomfortable. We don't get to, boiling levels, but we do get to freezing levels in our day-to-day lives, right? This palette only has 3 mattes in it. I kind of wish there was a deeper shade than just that one, but I guess I'm going to try to use this shimmery shade for my outer corner. We'll see how this goes. Is that one of those matte shades with glitter? Oh my gosh, I think it is. I have not tried this specific shade. Does anybody actually like those eyeshadows? Remember when Tarte included a whole bunch of those in her palette? Does she still make videos? I'm so out of the loop with the beauty community. I've actually seen on my feed something going on with James Charles, but what's new? So I haven't clicked any of the videos. I did really enjoy this pink shade here, but should we do something different? Let's go with one of the gold shades today. That Libertine is a beautiful chunky shade. Let's do that one. I almost feel like this is ultimately more of a companion palette, which I'm fine with. I'll pair this with my Viseart mattes going forward because, yeah, these shimmers, oh, that is stunning. Y'all, I cannot get over how pretty this gold is. It looks so much like Pat McGrath's intense, beautiful, multi-dimensional shimmers. It's just like that. It's so pretty. Although I'll admit to you, the mattes are just not my favorite formula. That's fine for me, but just so you know. And also, I did do my eyeliner off camera, but if you're interested in what I used, it's all drugstore actually. The Essence 24 Ever Ink Liner, the really beat up Rimmel, I think this was called Scandalize, the nude one on my waterline, and then Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil. This is actually one of the biggest reasons why I keep calling this a skincare channel and not a makeup channel, is because you may notice I stick with products, which I feel like true makeup channels don't. It changes every video, right? Whereas I have favorites and I stick with them. It's just not what you're supposed to do if you have a makeup YouTube channel. Anyway, let's move on. This is the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. Oh, we're doubling up on SPF. Not quite how that works, not quite how that works. Octinoxate, titanium dioxide, and zinc oxide. Okay, I have tried this before. I bought the shade Fairlight. I actually didn't have a great first impression of this, but let's see if things go better today. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. I also bought some of the It for Ulta brushes. What did I buy? So the Airbrush OMG 106, and then this one actually is really interesting to me. We can open these up. So this one is the 106. What drew me to this is I love paddle brushes, and it's such a unique shape. I've never seen anyone do this. It looks kind of like a paddle brush if you look at it in this direction, but when you turn it, look at how much thicker it is. Oh, I think I do want to try this one. We're going to open the other one for good measure here. So this is the number 115. That's that flat shape. I thought that might be nice for multiple reasons, which I think it even says on here. For your favorite liquid, powder, and cream foundations. Never mind, it's a foundation brush. Use the flat portion to buff. Use the angled side to blend around the contours of your face. So maybe you can still, I don't know. Maybe I didn't need both of them, but I want to try the 106 today. Since we already have our SPF on, we don't need to worry about how much of this we apply. Oh, this is such an interesting brush. You genuinely do get the paddle effect where you kind of swipe your foundation into place, but you get a bit of buffing as you glide. Oh my gosh, I love this brush. Don't hold me to that. This is a first impression. Don't hold me to that. We have a tendency to get very excited initially about things, right? We'll have to see how things go in the long run. I'm surprised this color seems to be going so well for me. I was really torn between the fair and the fair light, but I'm usually not the absolute lightest shade, so I figured I'll err on the side of caution. I was reading this super interesting thread on my favorite subreddit the other day about most returned products, and most returned products to Sephora and Ulta, and I feel like you all probably will not be surprised by this, but the top returns are foundations. That's a given because it's very difficult to find your perfect shade, right? And also skincare, and specifically in skincare, the active ingredient products. It makes so much sense to me. Those are all very intense products, and if you're not sure how to use them, if you're overdoing them, oh, you're gonna have such a bad time. Okay, honestly, this looks absolutely amazing. I don't know why it didn't look good last time. I wonder if it's because I set it with powder. It makes me so nervous to wear foundation products without setting them. Let's see what this says to do. To use, shake well, tap on with fingers, and blend. Well, I did none of that. We'll figure out what to do with that. I want to move on to the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. I bought this shade 16 in Fair Light Neutral, and I've actually been really enjoying this. It's so ingrained in my mind to just do the 2 tiny dots, but I guess I can probably apply a little bit more of this one. I mean, I have been able to. This little sponge that I'm using is from e.l.f. It's actually fantastic. I truly think my favorite of all of the Beauty Blender dupes is e.l.f. It is a little bit softer than the Beauty Blender, but it's so hard to argue with that price, and especially since I do have acne-prone skin, I'd rather just, continue to throw away my sponges at least every month. I don't like doing that with a $20 sponge. I'm not made of money, you know what I'm saying? This concealer is supposedly made with eye cream, which is honestly, I kind of feel like that's a little bit gimmicky of a claim. Aren't all of the supposedly anti-aging concealers, don't they all have those anti-aging ingredients? What makes yours specifically an eye cream and a concealer? But nonetheless, it is really pretty on. It's only a medium coverage. As a heads up, it's a lot less coverage than Shape Tape. Honestly, why not take Shape Tape and mix it with your favorite eye creams? Do you get the same thing? You probably do. I know I kind of jumped ahead a bit here, but just so you know what's going on, I didn't buy any blushes or bronzers, so I just used the Fenty Cream Bronzer, my LYS Kindness Blush, and then my Flesh Highlighter in the shade Startle. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? If I have a favorite, it stays. I only bought 2 more products, so we have the Lancome Cils Booster first up. I don't know, I swear by lash primer. I absolutely swear by it. I mean, I swear by primer too, although I did skip it, given that I used a tinted moisturizer instead of a foundation today. But yeah, this makes such a big difference for my lashes. I'm still using the L'Oreal Bambi Eye. I think it's just easy to use. I've been getting so many questions about what mascaras I've been using, but really at the end of the day, I'm telling you, it's Grande Lash. Not to say that that is a perfect solution for everybody. I did read about some potential side effects you could experience with it. I'd say it's related to Latisse and the possibilities for side effects, but likely a little bit less intense because Grande Lash is a little less intense. But it's so fascinating because with my lashes looking longer and healthier these days, I am well aware that I'm making any mascara look better than it would on my old lashes, and it's a conundrum for me. I really don't ever want to be misleading on this channel, but it really got me thinking about how if you have a feature on you that naturally looks better, then you're going to naturally flatter any products in that category, right? This makes sense? And then I'm telling you, your extra mascara wand, this is the Benefit Their Real wand. Not the mascara, just the wand, because I like the pokiness of this, so I saved it for fixing my mascara. I feel like that might seem like a lot of work for lashes, but It's less work than false lashes, at least for me, because I'm not great at falsies. Last product for this video, I did buy the KKW Lip Liner. Some of them had sold out by the time I got to the site, so I was stuck buying this one, which is not my preference. I wanted the peachy toned one. This is just nude 1. But let's just see what we get. We'll try it out. Oh, it really is super creamy. Oh my goodness. Listen, I have no reason to suck up to the Kardashians. I don't genuinely like the family, but her products are good. Although maybe too creamy. I could see this actually being too creamy for some. So that's my final look with all of my 21 days of beauty purchases. I am amazed with the foundation at this point, or tinted hydrator, tinted moisturizer, whatever they call it. I genuinely do not know what I did differently today. It looks so good. I feel like this is the closest to skin-like that you can get. I don't really like to use that word because I feel like it can be misleading. Some things are kind of skin-like, but then if you get real close, it's still foundation. But this genuinely looks like skin. How did they manage it? And what did I do wrong last time? That is all I have for today's video. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys buy in the 21 days of beauty? Are you happy with your purchases? Do you wish you'd bought more? I'm kind of wishing I had bought more of those KKW liners. Wait, did I tell you what lipstick I went with? I went with Velvet Teddy. It's definitely a little more pink than that nude 1 liner, but I think it works. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.